Morning, everyone. I'm Michael. I'm from an organisation called Incontrollable, and we're a disabled people's user-led organisation in Hartlepool. We manage the Hartlepool Advocacy Hub, so anybody who requires advocacy support, we try to make sure that that's done in a timely fashion. We run a project called Project 65, which is a tablet loan service free to any Hartlepool resident aged 65 or over. And we're also, at the moment, we write a blog for the Hartlepool Now website, Leigh, and we also are in the process of promoting a service called BorrowBox, which is access to ebooks and e-audio books for Hartlepool residents. So that's who we are, and we're involved in lots of other things that promote the thoughts and voices of disabled people in the town.
Do you want to say anything about CLIP yet, Michael, or not?
We have CLIP is a group of organisations that are like-minded organisations that are looking to raise the profile and the voice of people with disabilities and long-term conditions in Hartlepool. We've put a bid into the community pot, and yeah, we're hoping to sort of bring a bigger and a stronger voice to marginalised groups in Hartlepool, but we don't know the outcome of the bid yet. So,
right, okay, lovely. Thank you very much indeed, Michael. I've had cause to work with Michael now over many months, and Michael has really opened my eyes. You know, I have to confess to, I think, what is now called unconscious bias, and Michael has really, yeah, opened my eyes on the topic of disability. Leigh.
Morning, everyone. I'm Leigh Keeble, Head of Community Hubs and Wellbeing. Michael, I'm assuming you've not read the Hartlepool Mail this morning. There's an article in it you might find interesting.
I'll just turn my video off.
I'm not quite sure that anyone from the council was expecting that to be there, so thanks for tip off, Julie. Anyway, I can't even remember. Sorry, Dan. Yes, I'm Leigh Keeble, and I'm lost the plot now, so I'm going again before.
Right. Okay. So thank you very much, Leigh. That'll definitely be on the Christmas edition. Becky of Hartlepool Hawks, over to you. Welcome.
Hi. I really didn't know what to expect on this link. I just got the email from Hartlepool, and I just thought I might as well jump on. I'm jumping on as many calls as I can while I'm in lockdown on my own. So I'm the head coach director of Hartlepool Hawks. We've been around since 2010, offering classes for all ages. Our youngest members are 2-year-old, and our oldest members are 50 plus. Without going into details, we have like recreational classes for children and adults who just want to get fit and stay healthy and moving, and then we have our competitive classes. At the moment I'm working on a few different projects, looking at the different areas of age groups which really need my attention, looking at the 14 to 17-year-old age group, which is always, no matter what sport you look at, is the age group that children drop out of, especially girls, because girls are like peer pressured into dropping out of sports, whereas boys are encouraged at that age, which is a really hard thing to like tackle. So I'm trying to have a new project in with that. I haven't got a name yet, but I'm wanting to, when we get back, really push for that age group, and the girls that we do have that age, I'm going to talk to them directly through lockdown and see what they think will get other girls their age involved. I've also got a new project called The Basement, and my landlord gave me a bit more space in our building, and it's not the basement, but we're upstairs and he's given me some space downstairs, and I'm recreating it into a space for our 17 plus members. So they have their own changing room, kitchen, toilets, chill out space, changing area. Mainly because we need to split the changing rooms because of COVID. We have a big area for changing for most age groups, but this extra space can now be dedicated to the older ones. So that's my other project, and I'm just trying to stay busy and keep all the kids active. We've got classes every night on Zoom, which are free for them to attend. We do ask for like a small donation weekly, but they don't have to do that. It's just optional to keep the club afloat. It's called a support the club payment, which majority do. There's about 60 parents who support it out of 150, but it still helps pay some of the bills, and I'm just tirelessly applying for grants and funding to keep us afloat. So yeah, that's me right now. You're mute.
Couple of things, Becky. At least on our computer, it got a bit distorted when you actually described the sport that you do.
Oh, I don't think I even said that. Right, so we're a cheerleading academy, but under the umbrella of cheerleading, there is dance and gymnastics, and we do fitness as well. So a lot of people just think cheerleading is just one thing, but it's actually an umbrella. So we do under the cheerleading side, there's tumbling, stunting, jump side. On the dance side, it's practically what a dance school would offer, but like even more like different disciplines. So we have jazz, hip hop, pom dance, cheer dance. So to sum it up, a cheerleading club is like a dance school and a gymnastic club put together. So children who love to dance and love to do gymnastics, they don't have to pick, they can just do cheerleading and they get to do both worlds.
What a really clear explanation. That's lovely. Thank you. And just so that you're aware, part of Hartley Power's role, mine and Julie's role, is assisting with people applying for grant funding. You know, we have quite a lot of experience between us. We have access to directories of grant giving trusts. So if you would like any help with that, just get in touch.
I got in touch with Julie and she got me in touch with Emilie at Spotted, and I've had numerous phone calls since with her, and she's been a great help. So I'm in the process of sending away my return to sport with Sport England, and then I'm also going to do the community asset one, which is the larger one, because we're going to look at getting all the windows replaced for better ventilation in the building. So I'm in the process of that, and then also applying for different ones. But Emilie from Sport, it's been really helpful, so thank you for getting me in touch with her.
Brilliant, lovely. Thank you very much, Becky. Alec's iPhone, I probably ought to recognise you. We've probably met before, but I'm in Leigh's camp.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's my own phone. It's Alec from Hartlepool and Stockton Health. Good morning.
Good morning.
So yeah, I work for Hash. I started in December. Yeah. What we do, you can get a social prescriber. They're in all GP surgeries. So it's basically the benefits of using one are they improve mental health, physical health, help you to meet new people, learn a new skill, be part of the community, increase self-confidence, increase self-esteem, and improve the quality of life. Basically, we prescribe people to get into the community, and it's difficult at the minute for everyone else, obviously, through COVID. So we help them. We've done shielding welfare calls for people from the GP surgeries, and we're doing a load of work with patients over the phone and getting help the best way I can. But I think that basically describes our role. I've been doing it since December. I've got some good patients that I'm doing work with, and I've made some good connections as well. And we've got a new Facebook page as well. It's called Hartlepool Social Prescribing Link Workers. That got up and running last week, and it's going great guns.
Brilliant. Yeah, apologies for you know, whatever symptom my memory loss might be.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's because I've just picked the first phone up next to me there, and it's on my phone. So obviously, yeah, that's I'm sorry for that.
Two things about social prescribing. We've worked with the team now since last March. Brilliant set of people, very attuned to the voluntary sector in the town. And secondly, next week there's a special meeting where we're looking at the idea of young people social prescribing, where the national organisation called Street Games is going to share their learning from around the country of social prescribing projects that have been run by and for young people, which certainly in Hartlepool we are, well, along with many of you, if not all of you, are observing the effects on emotional well-being of young people who've lived through an extraordinary year. So potentially we see the idea of social prescribing for young people spreading far and wide into the voluntary sector. For example, you know, Hartlepool Hawks, involvement in something like Hartlepool Hawks could mean the difference between a young person stuck at home, miserable, and starting to come out of that state. So there's all manner of opportunities presented by the very rich organisations in Hartlepool. So thank you very much indeed, Alex.
No, sorry, just to send my dog back there. Yeah, it's really good, because what the calls I'm making with the few patients I've got, it's like, it's understanding that. Just I had a little chat with one of my patients last week, and she said, the fact that you've called me up, it means I want to get out of bed. I want to potter around, even just a chat that I'm having with some of them. I'm doing a little bits for people as well, but the phone calls that we're having with people and just being there for them during these times, asking if they're all right. And it's just a wonderful thing, and it really is helping people. You know, it's just we're all mucking in together, and I'm proud to be a part of it. You know, and there's a few people who, my colleagues, that couldn't make it today, so they send apologies and that. But I'm just proud to be a part of it and helping people, and it's going really well.
Brilliant, lovely. Thank you very much, Alec.
Thank you.
Emilie.
Hello, sorry, don't know why the camera's not working today. So I'm Emilie from Hartlepool Baby Bank. We provide equipment, clothing, nappies, wipes, things like that to families in need across Hartlepool and surrounding areas. We started out as 0 to 2, but due to COVID, we're now sort of covering the 0 to 11 range. And if any of you have any families who could do with a bit of support, please send them our way, because we know there are families out there we haven't reached yet, and we'd love to reach them. Demand has grown for us, but we know we've got more capacity, we can still do more.
Brilliant. Thank you very much indeed, Emilie. Yeah, Emilie's been a regular visitor over the last 10 months, and we know what brilliant work is being done there, and we're looking forward to working more closely with Emilie in the Victoria Ward, which we'll almost certainly have something to say about in the coming weeks.
I'll see you there on Friday.
Yeah, well, I'll see you there on Friday. Yeah. Sarah Lattaway.
Hey guys, I'm from the Hartlepool Action Lab. Lots going on, our usual, supporting the different projects. I leave next Friday, so my job has officially gone out. So I don't know whether you've been sent the link yet, Julian and Julie. I can send you the link if you could get that around. So we obviously want people to apply. We've got a couple of weeks. I'm trying to remember. I think the interviews are mid-March. I think about the 11th of March, something like that. Obviously, I won't be here, so I'm not sure the exact date, but it's around that time. And yeah, to be honest, a lot of the usual stuff. So still do a lot of work down Oxford Road area where we can. Obviously, the community work is very restricted. Tracy at Pools Perishables is still going strong, our social action leader there, which is great. Number of the other guys, unfortunately, have had to suspend their projects because obviously of the lockdown. We've still got some new sign-ups as well, which is wonderful. They're looking at setting up an eco shop, which fully enough is the organisation I'm joining started eco shops. So there'll be some partnership working across town there, which will be lovely. And yeah, just getting involved in all the VCS summits and various meetings that there seems to be millions of.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Sarah. And we're really going to miss you. It's been a pleasure working with you since we met you, shortly after Julie and I came into post. You've done some brilliant work, great projects. Love how you've gone about doing what you do. And Middlesbrough.
Your charmer, yeah.
Our loss is Middlesbrough's gain. Someone has to do it in Middlesbrough, I suppose. So why
yeah, it'll be a challenge. I have no doubt. but it'll be good fun. But no, that's really kind of you, thank you. And I've loved working with all you guys too. I've learnt a lot, which I'll be able to utilise in my next role, which will be fab.
Brilliant. All the very best, but stick around.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to hand over to Leigh now, because Leigh will link nicely with what more Raj has got to say. Does that seem like a sensible order in which to do it, Leigh and Raj? Yeah, Raj is nodding, certainly.
Yes, please.
Leigh's just looking perplexed.
Can I just, before I sort of give a bit more context about Raj, can I just talk a bit about the COVID champions? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to mention, I know some of you were probably on the call when we brought this up before, but there is a big push in the council now from our Director of Public Health to try and challenge, change, address some of the myths and misinformation that's now being communicated around COVID, and why people are not taking up vaccines and things like that. So we've got 2 COVID champion coordinator posts out, which we're due to interview for next Monday. And part of what their role will be, well, what their main role will be sort of recruiting a bank of volunteers who take on that COVID champion role. So their job, the coordinator's job, will be to make sure that all the information we have is up to date and is correct and is right and is accessible in however many formats we need it to be accessible in. And then the champions' jobs is then to sort of just disseminate that either through friends, family, however they want to do it. It could be literally that you're just going to do it for your family, or it could be that you do it as part of your organisational role or part of a wider community role. So it's really just to, I think we can keep bringing this up and say, please, the more champions we can get to sign up, the better. It really help us to make sure that the messages we're getting across the town are the right, accurate messages. Testing and vaccinations are not too bad, but the number of people being tested is not brilliant, particularly the asymptomatic tests. So we really do want to try and encourage that. So it's just sort of put the plea out there, please, that if any of you are willing and happy to be involved. We've had one session with some businesses, Julian and Julie, didn't we, which went really, really well, and some people had some great ideas about some of the things we could do. So we're really keen to develop resources however we can. So yeah, so it's just to sort of put that out there. So if any of you are interested, there's there's an address, covidchampions@hartlepool.gov.uk, where you can register, or just let me know, or Julian or Julie, because we'll happily pass it on. So at the moment, it's just we're just trying to do some recruitment. Once the coordinators are in post, they'll have a real role about pushing it forward and doing some sort of induction training and stuff like that. So that's that one plea. So Raj,